Hello, guys. This is Coach Michele coming to you again today, the last day of the year. Tip number 3. Yes, tip number 3. This is the most important, probably the most important video I've ever done. Why? Because it focuses on the caregiver, our employees. If it wasn't for great employees, we wouldn't have a business. So we have to make sure we go into 2016 with a mind shift. If we haven't been treating our employees great, if we haven't had any employees, take note to this. Another golden nugget, right? Employees are very important to us. We love our clients. Of course, we wouldn't have a business without our clients, but of course, we would not have a business without our caregivers. There's different things that you need to put in place to make sure you are treating your caregiver with respect, dignity, and letting them know that you appreciate them. So if you do not have an employee incentive plan in place, I'm asking you and pleading with you to put one in place. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be anything. Like, we have many different things that we do. We may give a gift card. We may do a gas card. We may give a day off, vacation day. For the holiday, we picked out caregivers that never called out and gave them a Visa gift card. Christmas card. So there's different things you could do. Uniforms, believe it or not, caregivers love getting the polo shirts with the company's logo on it. Upgrade, their job ID and put little acronyms or icons on them saying, that you appreciate them, that they're moved to the next level. Make them a lead CNA. Give them responsibilities where they can come into the office and help you with different things. Allow them to volunteer with you and be paid for the day. So many ways to incentivize our caregivers to let them know that we love them. And I say love, and you guys are looking like, what? But I literally tell my caregivers I love them. In the cards that I give them, I say love, right? Because I really, really do. I have caregivers that will do anything for me. I can call them at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, my caregiver so-and-so is sick and she's with a client and I need someone to replace her. I would have multiple caregivers saying, oh, I'll go. And then I have to choose, right? Who goes at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So you want to make sure you keep your caregivers happy, right? You want to say thank you. A lot of my caregivers say, no one has ever said thank you. In this industry, you're going to find out that your caregiver may work with another agency as well. If they're working part-time with you, if they're doing PRN with you. So you want to make sure you're always and also available for your caregiver, even if they're not working with you. Say you had a caregiver and the client passed away and you didn't have another client for her or him and they went and worked for another agency. Give them a great reference, guys, so they're able to get additional employment. I've heard so many times, or even with my experience of calling home care agencies trying to get a reference on someone, they say no reference. We don't give out reference. Oh yeah, she worked here. But when people call me, I'm like, oh my God, yes, she is amazing, absolutely. Asset to your organization. She's never late. She's always this. She's always this. Oh, I love her. Yes, she is reliable. You want to give that great reference if it's true, right? You want to make that person shine, because I've had so many of my caregivers come back to me and say, oh my God, what did you tell these people? Like, they love me. They're like, that's the best review or reference we've ever gotten. But it's the truth, right? The other thing is, when you're available for them, I had a caregiver, one of my very, very, very dear caregivers, worked for another agency, a franchise. And we teach them and we train our caregivers, right, on things that they can do, can't do. All CNAs know what they're trained to do, can't do, but they get that rapport, they build that rapport and that relationship, then they tend to not follow the service plan. Right? So you want to make sure they're always following the service plan. You want to make sure the number one thing you tell your caregiver is, I don't care if it's the owner of the company. I don't care if it's the supervisor. If they tell you to do something that's not within your scope, the main thing, guys, is administering medication. We do not administer medication. We do medication assist. So you want to make sure you share that. So to go back earlier in this story, my caregiver was with another agency and they wanted her to give the client 3 blue pills if he became anxious. And she knew, she heard in her mind, Miss Michele said, don't give medicine. We do not administer medication. She looked at the log and they were notes there saying that the other caregivers gave the medication. So she was at a crossroad. She called me, literally, she was down in the closet. I don't know if any of you heard nephew Tommy's video, Steve Harvey's nephew. He was down in the closet like, all I could do is call the law. Somebody's in the house. That's how she was. Literally, it was like she was under a bed or in the closet. And I told her, absolutely not. You do not do that. And I gave her the steps to follow to make sure she was safe, the client was safe, and that everything worked out well. So I'm going to sum this up with your caregivers are awesome. You love your caregivers. There's no fakeness in it. Truly love them, bless them, take care of them, and they will take care of you. Nugget from Coach Michele. Take care. Remember, we have awesome training, and this is just a little blurb out of the mind of Coach Michele. But these things work, guys. And what I just shared with you cost you a little bit of time to go extra and say thank you, and a little bit of money. And caregivers will accept a $10 gift card, $20 gift card. It doesn't matter. It is the thought of appreciation. So, signing off. You can see me, learn more about my services at michelleleeellis.com. Take care, God bless, and congrats on 2016 being your year.